Welcome to Vote by Mail Jeopardy! Tonight we welcome returning champ Anna Good Riddance from Palm Springs, California, whose cash winnings total $1,200. And new to the show tonight is a former kindergarten teacher, retired but not tired, who has now focused her efforts on helping the homeless, campaign finance reform, and more. Welcome from Los Angeles, Sally Ann Suffragist. We are also joined today by an interpretive dancer from Portland, Oregon, Athena Ivanovot. She is practicing what may be her victory dance. And from Dublin, here's our next contestant, who describes himself as a professional rabble-rouser, Paddy O'Furniture.
Hi there, lads and lassies.
And now let's welcome our beloved host of Vote by Mail Jeopardy. Treble is back.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Vote by Mail Jeopardy. We've got some amazing contestants here today. One of our new contestants today is Sally Ann Suffragist. Now, Sally, they tell me that you made an interesting trip recently.
Oh, yes. I got out of my house and I walked to Trader Joe's. It was wonderful.
Well, that's very, very interesting. Thank you, Sally Ann.
I wore my mask. I was very careful.
Of course. And moving on, Athena.
Yes, darling.
They tell me that you have a very interesting and famous relative who recently became famous in the news.
As a matter of fact, it's true. She has also been an interpretive dancer for years. And she was on the news recently when she was dancing in front of the federal agents in Portland.
That's wonderful. You must be very, very proud of her.
Very proud. She got a lot of exposure on that one.
And now, Mr. O'Furniture from Dublin, California.
How are you today?
We're doing fine. I understand you recently recovered from some minor surgery.
Yes, I'm not sure I can say the word on television, but it's bollocks. And I had them stitched up. You know, rabble-rousing sometimes gets in the way of things. But I do want to tell you, people have a tendency to make fun of my last name. But I'll tell you, my favorite furniture is a voting booth.
Thank you very much, Anna. So good to see you again.
So good to be back. Thanks, Treble.
I understand that you had a recent difficulty on your job as a tour bus guide.
Yes, I had a woman and her child taking up 2 seats, and another passenger needed a seat. So I asked her to hold her baby in her lap, and she refused. So I pulled over, asked the driver to pull over, park, and we waited. And we waited. And people were saying, "Oh, come on." So the woman finally held her child, and it let a black passenger onto the bus. It was a Rosa Parks moment, Treble.
Well, that's wonderful. That's great news. Thank you so much for that.
Felt really good.
And now, Anna, as the defending champion, let's take a look at the board today, shall we? As you can see, we have 3 categories tonight. You want it when? These questions and answers deal with deadlines associated with the upcoming election. How do you vote now? These questions deal with some of the finer points of voting by mail that you'll encounter this year in California. And our last category is called presidential disinformation. These responses deal with bits of misinformation, well, let's call it outright lies, that our president has said repeatedly regarding voting, voting by mail, and reality in general. So, Anna, good riddance. There's the board. What's your choice?
I will take You Want It When for $100, Treble.
You want it when for $100. Postmarked by Election Day.
Oh, I got this.
Yes, Anna.
How late can you mail in your ballot?
How late can you mail in your ballot? That is absolutely correct, Anna. Good job.
Thank you.
So, how would you like to choose now?
I'll take the category How Do You Vote Now for $100.
How do you vote now for $100? In San Luis Obispo County, these open 4 days before Election Day. Yes, Anna.
I hope it's restaurants. What are restaurants?
Sorry, that is incorrect. Do we have Let's see, do we have another? Yes, Sally Ann suffragist.
Okay, it's either what are Planned Parenthood centers, or it's what are vote centers?
What's your?
I think I'll go with vote centers.
What are vote centers? And that is absolutely correct. Vote centers will be opening them up 4 days in advance of the election here in San Luis Obispo County. So over the weekend, you can drop in during regular hours. Well done.
Guys, did you see me? I got that one right.
You did great. So what's your next choice now?
Right. Okay. So I'm going to go with presidential disinformation for $100.
Presidential disinformation for $100. In California, 1 million people should not have voted.
Oh, yes. Okay, I got this one. What is Trump's... Okay, here it is. What is Trump's quote? Because they didn't vote for me.
I'm sorry, the judges, they like that idea, but the judges are going to disallow that. Do we have any other? Yes,
you, Trevor.
Athena, I heard your buzzer. Yes.
What is Trump's false claim regarding the 1.5 million inactive registered voters in LA County?
That is absolutely correct. President Trump has claimed.
Thought that inactive and fraudulent is the same thing.
That's right.
The state of California, where they settled with Judicial Watch saying that 1 million people should not have been voting.
Very few of these people actually voted. They were just categorized as inactive because they hadn't voted in a long, long time.
If you don't vote in 2 federal elections, then they send you a card, and if you don't respond and say, yes, I'm still alive, I'm still here, then you have 2 more federal elections, and then you're taken off the roster.
And now, Athena,
Hey.
where would you like to go next?
I'll take You Want It When for $150.
You Want It When for $150. Expect these around October 5th.
I know this one. When are the next articles of impeachment going to be drawn up?
Sorry, that is incorrect. Well, who knows, but as far as we know, they're not planned for that time. Let's see if any of the other contestants are ready to play. Oh, I see Patio Furniture has his buzzer going.
Yes, I believe the answer is whether you've had some Bushmills or not. When will the ballots be sent to every registered active voter? And I'm as active as they come.
Well, I guess you'll be getting a ballot then, Patty.
I'm looking forward to it.
After the Bushmills, that's right. Every registered voter in the state of California will receive a ballot in the mail sometime around October 5th. Well, Patty, where will we go now?
I'd like to take How Do You Vote Now?
For how many?
For €150.
Okay, how do you vote now for $150? You can check it
the US
at
money.
vote411.org/California. You can check it at vote411.org.
411. Isn't that how he find me Mammy's phone number?
I'm sorry, that is not the correct answer, Patty. Let's see if any of our other contestants. Oh, I see Anna Good Riddance, our former champion, is finally getting a chance back here. Yes, Anna.
Yes. How can I check my status as a voter?
How can I check my voter status? This is correct. Yes. At that website, you can check your voter status and see if you're indeed active or not active. That's a good thing to do before the election. And so, Anna, where shall we go next?
I will take presidential disinformation for $150. Trouble.
Okay, here it comes. There's a lot of fraudulent voting.
Oh, I know that voice. What is Trump's false claim regarding the need for voter laws, ID laws?
That is absolutely correct. What is Trump's false claim regarding the need for voter ID laws?
because there's a lot of fraudulent voting going on in this country. This country should have voter ID.
You should remember, every time the president says the word fraudulent voting, what he's really saying is we need voter ID laws, because, well, what he doesn't say is that will suppress the vote. And suppressing the vote is really what all these things are all about. Well, you've surged ahead there, Anna. Let's see where we go next.
Let's try You Want It When for $200.
You Want It When for $200. As late as October 19th, 2020. Oh, let's see who might have this. Oh, I see Sally Ann Suffragist up there in the corner. Yes, Sally Ann.
Okay, when can I register to vote online or by mail?
Oh, yes, that's true. October 19th. Now, after that, what happens? Do you know?
That's a tricky answer, though, because you can also register to vote the day that you vote.
That's great. You really know your stuff, Sally Ann. Where shall we go now? You've got 2 squares left.
Let's see. All right, so let's say, how do you vote now for $200?
How do you vote now for $200? Registertovote.ca.gov is the best place to do this. Oh, Athena.
How can I register to vote or change my address on my voter registration?
How can I change my address or register to vote? That's tremendous. So, Athena, looks like you've got one choice left.
All right, I'll take presidential disinformation for $200. Treble?
And it's the daily double.
Oh, I must dance to that. May I dance out my answer?
Yes, you may.
All right.
How much will you be wagering today, Athena?
I will make it a true daily double, treble.
He's betting the whole thing. Okay, let's move ahead with this. And the response is 2,864,974.
Oh, that's tough. It can't be the presidential lie count because this number is far too small.
This is true. They're up in the trillions by
Close
now.
to 3 million. And so I'm going to say that what is the margin by which Hillary Clinton won the popular vote in 2016?
Let's see what the judges say. By how many votes did Clinton win the popular vote in 2016? That's absolutely correct. And you're our new champion, Athena. Thanks for playing along tonight. And remember, vote early, and play Vote by Mail Jeopardy. Good night.
Good night.
Bye, Treble.
Have the evening to
Bye,
you.
bye, Patty. Bye, Anna.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Laughlin.